Hello, everyone. Welcome to Heroes Welcome Friday Night Magic. It is I, Brent Stearns. I'm here with Gary Kostuch. My partner in crime, Robert, is unable to make it today, so we have Gary here today. How are you doing, Gary?
Not bad.
So we got a couple interesting decks, and I'm not 100% sure what's going on. We have Stephen Nelson playing Quest for Ula's Temple. Looks like it's mono blue. Versus Phil Smith playing Sun Moon, which looks like a red-white kind of prison deck. Probably using Blood Sun and Blood Moon, if I were to guess.
Blood Sun.
So Blood Sun was a fairly new card in the last set. Just pull that up for you. It's 3 mana. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card, and then all lands lose all abilities except mana abilities. So pretty much shuts off things like fetch lands or the Valakut. Yeah. So it's an interesting card that people thought were going to see a lot of play and never saw much play. But again, I don't know if Phil Smith is playing it, but that's the name of his deck is Sun Moon. So you can only assume.
Mono bloom deck. That's interesting. So, do you have any idea what this Quest for Ula's Temple is, Brent?
I have no idea. But let's
Ula's Temple.
see if it's an actual card.
Huh.
All right.
Okay.
So Quest for Ula's Temple, at the beginning of your upkeep, you may look at the top card of your library. If it's a creature, reveal it and put a quest counter on it on the Ula's Temple. At the beginning of each end step, if there are 3 or more counters on Ula's Temple, you may put a Kraken card, a Kraken, Octopus, or Serpent card from your hand into play. Okay.
I like it.
It is
like it a
very,
lot.
very, very much a Gary.
He is 2 counters on that beast already.
Oh boy.
Kind of excited to see what Octopus, Kraken, or
Yeah, I'm
not.
I'm not a Kraken, Octopus, or Serpent.
Serpent.
Any kind of water-based large creature.
I love it.
We see a couple Leyline of Sanctities. I don't think are really doing any good.
What planeswalker is that?
That is Chandra, Torch of Defiance.
Looks like it has a look at top card ability.
Yes. Let me look that up for you. And the people at home.
Torch of Defiance.
Yep, so yeah, he used his +1 that he reveals the top card. He may cast it. If he doesn't, he can do 2 damage to his opponent. And I'm guessing that with Quest for Ula's Temple, that the Anger of the Gods is probably not going to do any good against large serpents and octopus.
Krakens.
And Krakens and anything else.
Can you name any Krakens or octopuses?
No.
I honestly didn't even know there was octopus in this game.
So I've seen them, but I honestly cannot tell you any. I can't give you any names. We'll have to see if he plays one. When he plays one, if we can figure it out, which we won't. I've seen them, but I honestly cannot tell you. Sorry about the feedback. We are professionals here. Obviously, I am a professional.
Okay. And then Phil's deck, it looks like he's running...
Oh yeah, he has the Blood Moon out, which is pretty bad against the mono blue deck.
$16 to $16 too.
Lighting's kind of bad. I apologize, and I can't. I believe that Steven has a what's that? Sorcerer's Familiar, or it's the blue-white hybrid bird that when you sack it, you can counter a sorcery or instant.
I don't know who just won.
I'm not exactly sure of what just happened.
Pretty sure Phil just won. It's a board.
We'll get that figured out for you guys. Hold on. My apologies. So yeah, Phil played Assemble the Legion, which is an amazing card. A standard all-star in the original Ravnica block. Take a look at that one.
Oh, classic.
Yes. As you said, a classic. At the beginning of your upkeep, you put an assembly counter on Assemble the Legion, then put a 1/1 soldier token with haste in the battlefield for each muster, not assembly counter. Whatever. For each counter on Assemble Legion. So, play it, does nothing. First turn, you get a 1/1. Next turn, you get 2 more, so you have 3 in total. Next turn, you get 3, so you have 6 in total. And the Legion just keeps assembling, and...
I like it. I like that card.
Yes.
It's good, So are these... They don't look like net decks. They look like homebrews.
Yeah, both these... Sun and Moon is kind of a net deck.
Okay.
And I'm guessing that... Quest is probably one of those... unless he built his own deck, that there's probably lists for online, but I've never seen it before, and it's very interesting to see it here on camera. And Sun and Moon has always been kind of like a red-white
yep.
prison type, lockdown deck.
Fair. Is the new set legal now?
Yes.
Modern? Okay.
Yep. Yeah, we didn't see any into the new cards in this site, or in these either of these decks yet, but we may or may not see them.
And this weekend, John is doing a booster draft at 1 o'clock on Saturday for the new set, and then Battleborn at 5 on Saturday.
Absolutely. So if you want to come in, get your Return to Ravnica packs, get your Assassin's trophies, I guess the...
Knight of the Autumn.
What?
Knight of the Autumn.
Knight of the Autumn. Yeah. Unmoored Ego is another one that people are kind of looking at.
I got one of those today.
Did you really?
Yes, I pulled it. I joined League.
Yeah. Oh,
John
wow.
also has League today.
Okay. And how does League work, Gary?
So it is, you get 3 boosters, make a 30-card deck out of it, and then each week you can buy a booster to add to it, or every time you lose 3 games, which I am at 1 now, you can also buy a booster to upgrade your deck. So basically it's a little bit more casual play. John's told me that it's the first time I'm doing it, so it's... he says there are like 10 to 15 people usually around it. You can come in and play whoever's in the league whenever you want. It's pretty fun. Pretty fun just to use kind of a limited source of cards and see what you can do with it.
Yeah, that seems pretty neat.
I know it's not your thing though. Not a limited guy.
I'm a filthy net decker. But yeah, it sounds like kind of an extended draft in a way. Instead of just doing a one-night draft, you keep your draft deck, and then now, like you said, you keep adding onto it. That's a really cool, neat concept.
It's pretty fun. And I'm definitely more of a limited player than anything else.
That's fair. That's what makes Magic great, is you can collect the cards, or like what you like to do is just build decks around commons and uncommons.
Because they're great.
So it looks like Steven is taking a mulligan down to 6. Phil looks like he's assessing his options.
I gotta think Steven's trying to get that quest first turn.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, I think the
Since
namesake
it's-
card,
yeah.
since it's single blue, it's so easy. You just want island that card. I
Yeah.
don't think almost nothing else in the deck, I think, matters as long as you have those two cards in your
Yep.
opening hand. Looks like Phil's keeping. Looks like I don't see any islands in his hand, or lands rather.
I think I see a mountain.
You saw a mountain in his mono blue deck.
Yes. Oh, this is a very mountainy island.
He's trying to play around that blood moon.
There we go.
Oh, okay, he did have a land. All right. And Judge's Familiar. I believe that's a Judge's Familiar, but I could be wrong.
You're right. It is a Judge Familiar.
Yeah.
The one card I remember. Yep, definitely.
Yeah.
It's a good card.
It's definitely a controlling
target
card.
instant sorcery.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's definitely a controlling card, and it's a creature, so you can, it adds on to the quest counters.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks like he doesn't have that quest, though.
Gets that swing.
Oh, man. I'm very unsure of what this card is.
Hi, Bob. Bob is watching, by the way. He's not here physically, but he is spiritually here.
Robert Brostrom is in the chat if anybody wants to speak with him right now.
Ask questions.
Get compliments. Oh,
Chalice
Phil,
of the
it's
Void.
Chalice for 1. Oh boy, I don't think that makes Steven too happy.
See that echoing truth into the quest. Just making up things. I don't even know what's in his deck.
I don't know either, but Echoing Truth is a very staple blue card, and it wouldn't surprise me if there's not some number in the main deck, or at least in the sideboard.
Yeah,
right?
especially since he saw the assembly,
Yeah.
I would imagine that's something he would sideboard in.
Definitely. So he's not stone cold dead to it, but it's still probably one of those that you're just never like to play around.
What's that other card he's just swinging with there?
I wish I could tell you.
It's a 1/1 for sure.
It is a 1/1. I believe I didn't check, but I believe we have upwards of 20 people here today. Did you see how many people we have here, Gary?
I think it's 20.
20? Okay.
Pretty sure it's 20.
So a nice full F&M. Pretty good for a town like Menominee, Wisconsin. You can join in.
$5, get some free pizza,
Yeah.
pop, soda, however you want to pronounce
Phil's a
it.
good guy. If you like comic books, he has a wide variety of comic books. Board games. Looks like an Abrade is being played on the Judge's Familiar. He's gonna
Sack it. Yeah, there
counter,
you go.
and Phil chooses not to pay the 1. Steve cracking his fetch land for a breeding pool. Okay. Huh.
He might play Naturalize or something in there. Get around the Chalice.
Yeah.
Or, I don't know if there's a better Naturalize. I am
Nature's
so far
Claim.
behind.
Nature's Claim is a card that a lot of people use. It's the 1 mana.
There's a 2/2 creature, isn't there also? That you might play in there? The destroy target artifact enchantment when it comes to play.
The Knight of Autumn.
Yes. The blue. No, the all green one.
Yeah.
Can't think of what it's called.
As you can see, we're professionals here. I can't think of the name, but yeah, the green elf that 2 and a green, 2/1 that when it comes into play, destroy an artifact or enchantment.
I could definitely see him sideboarding that in. Ooh, what is that?
I am not sure.
These homebrew decks throwing us off.
Bob thinks that it's for Kiora.
I don't know what that is.
I believe that's a Planeswalker. That actually would make sense. prevent all damage. You draw a card you play, and then...
Okay, yeah.
It kind of go with the theme, too, because if you get to his ultimate, he creates a 9/9 Kraken.
His Kraken!
Yep. This guy really likes his...
I love it. I love this deck so much.
Steve's favorite movie is Pirates of the Caribbean. Favorite game is Sea of Thieves.
Is it Release the Kraken?
Release the Kraken, yes.
Sea of Thieves. Good game.
That is definitely a game. Looks like Phil's able to rid the board of all the pesky creatures that we don't know what they are.
Still got that chalice for 1. Phil's got 3 lands, right? He's got 3 lands?
I believe he has 3 lands. Yeah, there we go. And Phil is playing a Pyretic Ritual into Assemble the Legion.
Oh, there's the counterspell.
And whichever that is, that must be a counterspell. Not sure which one it is, but it's definitely...
Is it just a counterspell?
No, counterspell is not...
It's not legal?
Modern legal.
Okay.
I think it was Negate. That's what it was. It was a New Art Negate.
Oh, okay.
I believe that's what he just played.
Fair.
And Steven again just says go. And Phil says go.
Phil has 1 card in hand?
I thought he had a couple cards. He might only have 1 card in hand.
Is that an Omen Speaker?
I believe... oh my gosh. I believe that is an Omen Speaker.
Kind of proud of myself for naming some cards here. Ophidian.
It is not an Ophidian.
I know it's not an Ophidian. Yes, it's definitely an Omen Speaker.
Wow. See, Gary, that's why I have you here to name all these obscure limited cards.
Love it. Love it. So, speaking of the new set here, Return to Ravnica, the Surveil, a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Well, Surveil is basically...
better scry.
Way better scry, yes. Oh. See, thankfully Bob is around.
Telling us which card is... was it Consent?
It's Condescend.
Condescend. Oh,
yeah, okay. I didn't even know that it had new art. So yeah, that's what Steven was playing as his counterspell. Yep.
I like his use of scrying too. It's nice.
Yeah.
Get that quest out.
Yeah, his deck is basically a combo deck, and so yeah, with all the creatures that scry, he could scry, his big creatures to the top if he has the quest out, and then reveal it, then play his 20/20 Kraken or whatever heck he has.
I'm curious what Kraken he's using. It's gotta be a Kraken, right?
Or an octopus or a serpent.
Octopus. I don't think there's octopus in Modern.
I'm pretty sure.
I think the only octopus ever made was giant octopus from Starter.
Maybe he's playing giant octopus.
So we got a Chalice. What's the other one there?
I don't know.
Oh, there's a
Just
Chandra.
played a Chandra, yep. I really do apologize. I'm not sure. I know the Chalice. I'm not sure what's next to the Chalice. Well, actually, I'm not sure what's on either side of the Chalice. I do know he just played a Chandra Torch of Defiance. Wonder if he's just going to use the minus to kill the Omen Speaker. Oh my goodness. Oh. Well, I have this on the wrong side, but believe that it could be an Inkwell Leviathan that Steven could be looking for.
But did the quest say Leviathan? I didn't think it said Leviathan.
Did it say Leviathan?
I think it was Kraken, Octopus, and Serpent.
I don't know. But it looks like Phil takes it in two.
That's
what a couple strange decks. Not
Hey,
something.
I
I'm
enjoyed
not
it.
something. Hello,
Hello.
it's Brent Stearns, Gary Kostuch.
Hello, everyone.
You're here at Heroes Welcome. Playing some Modern, playing some Quest for what?
Ula's Temple.
Ula's Temple. Unfortunately, he did not find. He didn't complete his quest.
He didn't
find
release the
temple.
Kraken.
He didn't release the
Did
Kraken.
not release the Kraken.
Nope, just red white, which I kind of think would be a good matchup because the Blood Moons, the Sun Moons don't really do much. The Chalice, I think, kind of did him in though.
Yeah, the Chalice probably hurt him. He probably did have one in his hand.
Yeah.
Waiting for it to put out.
But that's just kind of how it goes. So, still kind of early. We'll see if we can find maybe another round to put on there. Another match, rather. But if not, we will come back for round number 2 at Heroes Welcome in Menominee, Wisconsin. Hello, welcome to round number 2 of Modern Monday. Friday at Heroes Falkner in Menominee, Wisconsin. We have Kyle Falkner playing Bridgevine versus Ryan Scott playing Dredge. I look like Kyle was taking a mulligan. I'm not sure if Ryan just hasn't drawn yet. Pretty sure he's taking a mulligan as well. So this will be an interesting matchup. They're both very much graveyard-based decks.
Mm-hmm. I remember Bridgevine being a thing last time I commentated too.
It's quite a powerful deck.
Has it jumped up? Because I know last time you said it was like kind of a fringe deck coming in, but is it more popular now?
I think it's more popular. It's definitely, I think, one of the better graveyard-based decks out there. The problem is if you have any sort of graveyard hate like Leyline of the Void, which both these decks probably do, they're not as good when you don't have your graveyard. So Kyle is playing the black-red land, that is Blood Crypt, followed by Stitch's Supplier.
I don't know what Stitch's Supplier
So Stitch's Supplier is 1 black.
Okay.
You know what? I'll just look it up. Oh, there we go.
Still on there. There you go.
Sorry about that. So, Stitch Supplier enters the battlefield or dies. Put the top 3 cards of your library into your graveyard, and that's what fuels the deck. So you can see that Kyle at least milled over a Vengevine, which is the powerhouse of the deck. One of the powerhouses of the deck. Looks like Ryan, I think he played a Cathartic Reunion, did a bunch of his dredging stuff, and said go. It's kind of what Dredge does.
It's just play Dredge.
It just does a bunch of dredging stuff. Well, Kyle plays 2 creatures, and
the beats begin.
Starts attacking with the 4/3 haster. Tried attacking with the Gravecrawler, realized that it's summoning sick, and attack with the creature that does not have summoning sickness.
So out of these 2 decks, which one do you think is faster? I guess that's what comes down to.
So if we're going to go faster, I believe the Bridgevine deck is not only faster, but I think that it can do a wider plan, better wider plan, with just if he gets a Bridge from Below out and just keeps making zombies. Ryan doesn't have at least game 1, a good way of getting rid of the Bridges from Below.
Okay.
So yeah, I think game 1 at least, it definitely goes to Kyle.
Okay. Bloodgeist and I don't know the other few are.
Yep, Ryan played a land, played a Bloodgeist from the graveyard. Then that brings back the Prized Amalgam from the graveyard. If a creature enters the battlefield that wasn't cast, or I think from the graveyard or something like that, you bring back the Prized Amalgam.
Okay.
Kyle plays a Faithless Looting, discards one graveyard card at least. Extra land he probably doesn't need. Looks like he has a couple more lands in hand.
So since Return Ravnica came out today, Brent, is there any cards that you would add to these decks to make them a little better from that set?
I don't think so.
Not even with Surveiling?
I mean, Ryan, I could see Ryan maybe playing a Surveil thing, but most of these decks are pretty finely tuned with the cards that they have already.
Okay.
Or I can't offhand, I can't think of a good card that would be in either of these decks.
Okay.
But they could definitely prove us wrong. Kyle suspends a Greater Gargadon.
Love that card.
The card is really good
Yes,
if you have especially if you have a Stitcher Supplier out and a Gravecrawler, which he has both. Because Stitcher Supplier is a zombie.
Mm-hmm.
Gravecrawler says you can cast it from graveyard if you control a zombie. So basically, and
just keep running it out.
Yeah.
And putting it. Yep. Dropping the counters. Yeah.
And pretty soon he's going to have a 9/7 beast, almost as big as an Inkwell Leviathan.
Which we did find out was the winning card, or his
What was the it was the card,
the search card.
the quest for Ula's temple was the Inkwell Leviathan.
No octopus though. No octopus.
It was a Leviathan, but no octopus though. It was kind of disappointing. So Ryan is playing a Faithless Looting. I don't think he dredged. I think he just drew a couple cards. Discards a Prized Amalgam and a Conflagrate. Easily attack for 2. Can't block anyways, so might as well get in your attacks when you can. And Ryan's down to 6. He's got to do something real quick.
See, the Bridgevine deck is just it confuses me because it basically attacks each turn no matter what.
It basically does, yes.
It's like, go ahead, kill it. It'll come back. Like,
Yeah.
I'll reap the benefits.
Kyle's the Bridgevine deck pretty much. Yeah, most of the cards in the deck. It's like if it's in the graveyard, it'll come back. If you kill it, it'll come back. You know, even killing something like the Stitcher Supplier, it doesn't come back, but it mills 3 more cards in your graveyard, which will probably bring you
something back.
a Bridgevine or something or other. I believe Kyle drew another land.
Yeah. What is it? 6 to 16?
Yep.
Okay.
So that Bloodghast has haste. Oh, now Kyle is going to do what I was telling you about. He's going to sack the Gravecrawler, take a counter off, pay a black,
replay
it, sack the Gravecrawler. Oh, also it's cast. It's cast from the graveyard, so now it also brings back the 2 black for a 4/3 with haste. Seems like it would be a good modern card. The Bloodghast is kind of a free block, sort of. And then he just wants to block that 4/4, so he's been taking 1 down to 5.
So what's the creature blocking the Bloodghast there? The prized?
Prized Amalgam.
Okay.
Take a look at that one. It was 3 mana for 3/3. When a creature enters the battlefield, if it entered from your graveyard, you can cast it, or you cast it from your graveyard. Return Prized Amalgam from your graveyard in the battlefield tapped at the beginning of your next end step.
Okay.
It's a really good card. I'm kind of surprised that the Bridgevine deck never found a way to play the Prized Amalgam, but like I said, the deck is kind of so tightly wound with the cards that it has in it already that it really can't afford to play much else. Looks like Ryan did the dredging thing that the deck does. If he has a land, he can bring back the Bloodghast, and I think he has 4 Prized Amalgams in the graveyard.
He does. He does have all 4 of them out there.
The bad thing is, though, is they come into play tapped, so they can't even block the next turn.
Yep. Oh, he gets, what's that one card? Blue card.
Narcomoeba.
Yep.
So, Narcomoeba was in the new Ravnica set,
Yep.
so Ryan Scott is playing a Return to Ravnica set, just an older version of the card.
Look at that Dredge. Whew.
Don't think he has lands in his hand, but the way that Narcomoeba is worded, since you mill it, you actually play it. It kind of plays from the graveyard, even though it was milled from the library. So he still will get those prized amalgams back.
Oh, really?
If he remembers.
Swinging with Blagast.
And it looks like he remembers,
yep.
like a good Magic player.
I would have forgot.
I probably would have too.
That's why I don't play these decks. Too much to remember. Oh.
So it looks like we're going to do the combo again. Oh, he has a... Oh, I wish I knew what that enchantment was, but I believe it's like sack a red.
Sack a creature, deal 1 damage to something. Yep.
So instead of using it to the Greater Garganon, he plays a red to kill off the blockers. I
like it.
And then he swings for lethal. So yeah, Kyle's
got it.
Gets it in game 1. I was saying before the game, I believe that both of these players, well, I see at least Kyle does, plays Leyline of the Voids in their sideboard.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wow. So I see the Black Spell Bomb from Ryan Scott, but I don't see a Leyline of the Void. Which I definitely think he kind of wishes he had him for this sideboard. So I believe if Kyle can get that Leyline of the Void out, he is going to be sitting pretty. Because as good as the Nihai Spellbomb is, it only exiles it 1 time. You got to figure out that 1 time is good, and then if Kyle can easily play around it, and as soon as he blows up the graveyard, he can just refill his graveyard up again really quickly, anyways.
Yep. Was Dredge in the original Ravnica? Is that where it came from?
Yes.
Huh.
It was the Golgari mechanic.
I thought it was a Golgari Thug that I saw, but I don't remember if that was the right name of it or
the
not.
Golgari Thug is one of the dredgers in the Dredge deck. I think it was I don't think it was the original Ravnica. I think it was the second Ravnica that had the Dredge mechanic. The Return to Ravnica
No, I
set.
think it was the original one.
Was it the original?
I'm pretty sure it was the original. Because I didn't play the second one, but the first one I do remember Golgari Thug.
Okay, that makes sense then.
Because I don't even know what the second what is the second Ravnica block set, whatever it's called now.
Guildgate?
No, not like, I mean, it's Ravnica, Guildgate.
Ravnica. Are you talking about
like the next block of Ravnica?
So the second block of Ravnica?
Yes.
Return to Ravnica. Then there were 2 others.
Okay.
I'm very bad with set names, along with card names, along with human names, along with everything.
Fish names.
I'm pretty bad at fish names. If I have a fish sandwich, I usually just name it fish. Because I don't want to.
With a P?
Really bad.
PH?
Yes. And a silent Q.
Oh. Do you know that existed? Okay, here we go.
Game number 2. See if Kyle can get that
ley
line.
Did he only put 1 in?
I didn't see how many he had. I saw at least 2.
Okay.
They generally do run 3 or 4.
Oh.
Or a lot of decks generally run 3 or 4. I don't know how many Kyle's playing.
Ooh.
I mean, what's great about it in this kind of deck is that even if you draw it, it's not really a dead card, because it's another sack outlet to things like Faithful Saluting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, they both keep, and no turn 0 plays. So Ryan looking for a stomping ground. Untap. Taps it to play Faithless Looting.
Gets rid of a prized.
And a dredger. Oh, now they're complaining that they're tied on life value.
They're not.
They're both at 17. They both fetch for a shot.
Oh, 17. Okay. The camera looks weird on that 18 on Ryan's side.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Wonder if Kyle's going to play a Faithless Looting of his own.
Looks like it. Looks like it. Twins?
Nope, just the Stitcher supplier.
I mean, still good.
Build 2 lands and a Faithless Looting. Not the best, but... Another prized amalgam of a couple Faithless Lootings, and I believe that was a Nature's Claim. Okay.
Faithless Looting has flashback, right?
It does for Tuna Red.
Tuna Red. Okay.
So they're both kind of far from playing it right now, but Ryan just has all the Faithless Lootings because he just cast another one from his hand, and now he's doing a couple dredges. It's an Archamoeba. There are a few, at least two prized amalgams in the graveyard. So it's
looking good for Ryan.
It's looking good for Ryan, but Kyle's deck can really go ham as soon as you just
blow up all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Mudghast, prized, 2 prized.
Plays Stomping Ground untapped. Goes down to 15.
It's turn 3, right?
It's turn 2.
Turn 2.
Yeah. Turn 2, and Kyle has 3, 4, 5, 6 power worth in there.
Oh, there we go.
And Kyle is going to suspend the Greater Gargadon, plays the instant Neonate, and just says go. Ryan's going to do more dredging things. Turns over a Conflagrate and a Narcomoeba.
Narcomoeba's a 1/1, right?
Flyer? Correct. 1/1 flyer.
Not bad, not bad.
And tax for 8.
7. 7, right? Yeah, 7.
Sorry, it was 9 actually, because tax with the 2/1 2/1, 1/1 flyer, and both those are 6 or 3 3s.
Oh, the prizes are 3 3s.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
And he'll block and sack.
He's got a blind there now.
Huh. So he didn't use the ability on the Insolent Neonate. He just sacked it to the Greater Gargadon. Must not have anything really in his hand he wants to discard.
So what is the card that he just...
The Insolent Neonate?
Yep.
We'll bring that up for you.
Discard
it's
card.
1/1 with Menace, and discard a card, sacrifice it to draw a card. Ryan Scott also plays Insolent Neonate in his deck. Is very good as a dredger mechanic because you discard the card as part of the cost.
And then dredge it
so
out.
you could, initially like dredge 5 on turn 1, at least dredge 5 with just the Instant Neonate by itself.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah. In Kyle's deck, if he has a bridge in his hand, he can discard the bridge, sack the creature, draw a card. He also gets a 2/2 zombie with it, so really good card in both the decks.
Okay, Crawler?
And that's that enchantment that I don't... No, it's a creature. Gosh, I don't know what I'm doing. That's a Goblin Bushwhacker, I believe.
Ooh. Yeah, you're right. It is a Goblin Bushwhacker. Great card.
Yeah, you're right. Yep, it's really good if he has that turn of making a bunch of zombies and then
swinging.
Just give him all haste.
Swinging for threes.
Yep. But I think right now he's just playing it as a blocker, which is not a good sign for Kyle.
No, it's not. Snack amoebas are pretty good in Dredge.
Yes. Looks like he's going to conflagrate, probably just clear the board up right now. He also kept Vengevine back as blocker, which is also a very bad sign for Kyle. So yeah, I believe Ryan played Life from the Loan, bring back 3 lands into his hand, and then played Conflagrate, where he can discard a bunch of cards to do a bunch of damage, and he's just trying to figure out how much damage he wants to do, distributed a bunch of ways.
So Ryan's got 10 damage on the board right now.
Okay, and he got him down to 10 with the Conflagrate. Three, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. You're right. Yep. And Ryan gets it in game number 2.
All tied up.
Yep. So we always say round number 2, we like to call the pizza round. That's when the pizza
Because we get free toppers here at Heroes Welcome for Friday Night Magic.
That is right.
And he gets mac and cheese buffalo chicken.
And he gets that terrible pizza. So if you like pizza like that, or good ones like pepperoni.
He means plain, is what he's saying.
I'm a plain Jane type of gal, as the ladies would say, or the men. Anyways, yeah, if you're ever in the area or want to come down, I mean, you have Friday Night Magic. You get, it's not pack per win. He has a list, but the better you do, the more packs you get. Plus, you have free pizza, free soda. It's a good time.
I consistently go 2 and 2, and I at least walk away with a pack with, usually. Otherwise, you get a promo if you go 2 and 2.
Yeah, you get a promo, and you have fun. You get pizza. Did I mention the pizza, Gary?
You did mention the pizza.
Right.
You also get to meet some really nice people like Ryan and Kyle.
Yeah.
Both some great guys.
Yeah, everybody here are pretty chill.
All helping. We do have Travis's daughter here tonight too, who doesn't know how to play Magic all that well, but checked in on the first game. She lost, but she did say the person that she was playing was really helpful. So it's always good to hear, even in a tournament setting, that someone's helping the other new players.
Yeah. It's usually what I like to do if I'm especially playing with someone I know is fairly new. Mm-hmm. I try my best to help them out as much as I can, because I want people to play Magic. I don't want me to stomp them and be like, haha, you loser. You know, I like when new people play. Mm-hmm. You know, I like when they're having fun. I think I have more fun if my opponent's having fun.
Yes, I also agree with that. It's much better to have a community where people kind of support each other, bounce ideas off, because I hear that too. There's a lot of people that give out, some suggestions on improving decks.
Yeah. So Kyle starts out with a Faithless Looting, discards a land, and the Bridge from Below.
Bridge from Below. God, that card.
It is a weird card. Do you want to look at it, Gary?
I had to read it like 3 or 4 times. I will tell you that.
Bridge from the bottom of the ocean. So whenever a non-creature token is put into your graveyard from the battlefield, Bridge from Below is in your graveyard, put a 2/2 zombie into play. And whenever a creature an opponent control dies, if Bridge from Below is in the graveyard, you exile Bridge from Below. So
basically, if you can kill your own creatures, you can get away with it.
Yes. But a lot of decks really don't have good ways of killing their own creatures.
Yeah, it's such a weird thing to do that no one thinks about it.
Bridge Below is such a weird card too, because it is a 3-mana enchantment. Does nothing if you cast it or if it's in play. It does nothing. All of its power comes from in the graveyard. So Ryan playing a Cathartic Reunion, doing a bunch of dredging.
Narcomoeba.
Getting a couple Narcomoebas.
Beginning to love that card, Brent.
I don't believe you hit any prized amalgams, though.
No. It doesn't look like it.
Wow.
Nope.
So he gets
It's rough.
just one Narcomoeba off that Cathartic Reunion. Got a couple Faithless Lootings and the Conflagrate in there, but nothing really too exciting yet. Kyle with his... I can smell the pizza too, Gary. Kyle with the third Faithless Looting discards a Vengevine. Just says go.
It looks like Kyle's having a rough time drawing here.
Yeah, well, it looks like kind of both of them are. But Ryan does have Dredgers in there, which is the namesake of his deck, and he has a...
Ooh, it's a rough dredge there.
What is that? Oh, man. I'm terrible with names. With the one black instant that gives a creature -1/-1.
Yep.
Then has Dredge
It's like 3.
I think, yeah.
Yeah. I'm not sure what it is. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm very good at knowing what cards do, just never names. He plays a Life from the Loam, so he's not going to be short on lands anytime soon.
He needs more dredge in there. Oh, he's got 3 life and loams in there. Wow.
I see one Bloodghast that he'll bring back. At least one, I think. I just see the one.
Did they change the art of Narcomoeba?
I don't believe so. I don't know if there's a way on this gather if we can...
Nope.
I am wrong.
They totally did.
Though he is playing the
older one.
Yeah, the Modern Masters one, but yes, they did change the art on Narcomoeba.
I do
but
like
actually, I do. I
like the new
one.
one.
I
The new one?
actually,
Yeah.
I'll agree on that because this art, it just looks. I mean, it is a blob, being that it's kind of a jellyfish / illusion, but this looks like a blob. The new art Narcomoeba actually kind of looks like something.
It's got a form.
It has a jellyfish form.
No, Bushwhacker out.
Dark Blast is the name.
Dark Blast.
It just came to me all of a sudden.
Thanks,
Very
Bob.
strange. Thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob. There we go. Zombies. Good old zombies. Ooh.
Looks like, yeah, Ryan Scott used the Dark Blast on his own Narcomoeba to get rid of the Bridge from Below.
Nice.
So he does have ways to kill his own creatures, but now he just took a swing for 8.
Now he's at 7.
Oh boy.
It's rough, Ryan. It's rough.
So while it was a cheeky play, Kyle's like, yeah, sure, I don't care. Here's a couple 4/4 attackers. 4/3 attackers. Dredging. Very, very bad dredge right there.
Yeah, Ryan's gotten pretty rough on his dredges there. Not hitting any prized. Bloodghast can't block.
Bloodghast can't block. Yeah, even if you had any prized amalgams, they wouldn't be coming back anyways.
Yeah, there's the
coming to play tapped.
Yeah.
Now, if he has one in hand, he could hardcast it, but he doesn't have the blue mana. Well, he plays one of the dredgers. Something imp.
Oh, Dark Fiend? Dark something, wasn't it? Dark Blasting?
Dark Blast imp?
No, it's not Dark Blasting. I'm pretty sure it's Dark something, though.
Pretty soon. I'm pretty sure it'll come to me.
We're going to phone Bob.
Bob, what's that card? One of my lifelines, please. Stinkweed Imp.
Stinkweed Imp.
I like to point out, too, that I did not get a message from that.
He did not. Stinkweed Imp. We can also see if it's from the original. Yep. Is it from the original? That's definitely the one he's playing, though.
Yeah, that's the original set.
Yep.
Ravnica, City of Guilds. So, yeah, it was the original
mechanic,
yeah.
And Gugari is in the new set, right? They do have the Gugari guild in this for the.
They have the Gugari guild, but they don't have Dredge. They have
Undergrowth.
Undergrowth, yeah. Which is a very bad... Bob says Future Sight Narcomoeba is the best. Whatever.
No. Did you see that jellyfish? It was beautiful. It was majestic.
Very
jellyfish.
pretty jellyfish.
If only it was foiled.
I mean, there probably are foiled ones.
Ooh, prize.
Ryan's
Two
down
prize.
Ryan's down to
And
one.
Gassed. Wow.
He has a prized.
He's got a blocker.
He has a blocker, and he has a conflagrating hand, so he can clear the board, I believe. Still not looking too good, because Kyle just needs to assemble any 2 creatures, then he has 2 Vengevines in play. Plus there's the
Greater
Gargadon in suspend.
I always want to say Greater Mastodon.
I know it's not.
This is a good game.
This is a very good game, yeah. Ryan's just got to figure out if there's any way
to get
around this mess.
Needs the spell bomb. That would do it.
We'd have to clear the board
and then use it,
and then play the spell bomb.
Yep.
Which I don't even think he has enough mana to do that right now. Because he has Conflagrate in hand, which he can cast for 0, but it's still 1 red. So yeah, he's gonna bring back 3 lands with Life from the Loam. Probably play a land. Conflagrate for 0, and then Conflagrate from the graveyard for double red. Does he have... I don't know if he has 5 cards in hand, though, that he can do that with. Well, he doesn't have to kill the zombie. He has the Amalgam to block that.
Mm-hmm.
He does have a Conflagrating Yard. All right. So if he had a spell bomb, he could play it and use it. He doesn't need black mana for the Naya spell bomb. Just if you have the black mana, you can draw a card, but you can still just sacrifice it. But I don't believe he has it in hand.
Okay, so he's cleared the board. 16.
He says it's not worth it to attack with the prize, but I think it is, because the only haster creatures in Kyle's deck are the... Well, no, he has Bloodghast too, so I guess it's kind of... I guess it's the correct play not to cast it, to attack with it. I was going to say, I think the only haster would be the Vengevines,
69.
which if he plays the Vengevines, they both have haste anyways and attack through the 1 blocker, but...
Yep.
So Kyle plays creature number 1. Does he have creature number 2?
No, it's Ryan's turn. Ryan is hitting 13 right now.
Oh my gosh. Dredge the Stinkweed Imp.
Huh. What are you getting life off of? Okay, going for the 4. Blocking.
I am not sure.
Okay.
Yes, these are very, very good games.
Huh. I might have missed something, but I think Kyle should have took 2 damage. Oh, they're figuring out math. Gotcha.
He plays the Stinkweed Imp. Says go. He blocked with the Stitcher Supplier, I think.
Yeah, but he attacked with both blood gas, so he should have took
okay.
2, I think.
You're right. Well, hopefully they got it figured out on their end.
Great Prowler. Whew. This is a close game.
This is a very, very close game. So Kyle has a bridge in the graveyard. He can sack the guy once to make a zombie.
Not sure what the Greater Gargadon?
Gargadon, yeah.
Oh, he's out.
I thought it looked like it was only at 2 or 1, so it's free. However, now Kyle has bigger creatures, but I think Scott has more creatures and another Greater Gargadon.
Oh.
And Scott even's like, no. But as big as the Greater Gargadon, it does not have trample.
Does it have haste?
It does have haste
Okay.
when it comes off the suspend.
Okay.
Kind of the suspend mechanic is if any creature comes off of it, they gain haste. So this is very, very interesting. I think I was trying to figure out what dredgers are in Ryan's graveyard. And he says go. So Ryan has reach in his deck with the Conflagrates. However, he doesn't really have enough to do 14 damage right now.
So if they trade off, Kyle's got 5, Ryan's got 6.
You know, Kyle's at 11.
Yeah. Eight to 7 now?
Something. Goodness, I wish I knew what was going on with the life gain, because I am not quite sure. Because, yeah, Kyle just lost some life, and Scott gained some more.
Dark Blast. Wonder what card that is, because he's losing life now, too. It looks like Ryan got it. Because I think if he swings all out, he should have enough creatures to at least bounce 1 through. Yep. Yep, right there he has enough. He just needs 1 of those to go through.
Yeah, he has 4 block. Yeah.
And no, Stinkweed Imp's going to go through anyways.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
So Ryan got it.
Ryan got it in 3. Wow.
What a turnaround.
Huh.
From 1 life. Whew.
Yeah.
That was a good game.
That was a really good game. Definitely goes to show that if neither of them have their graveyard hate, you know, and both decks can do what they do, there can be a really good game.
Yeah, it looked really even matched.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like if either of them had their graveyard hate, it definitely would have been sided to that player. But
yeah, absolutely.
Well, we're going to go enjoy our pizza round, as we call it. Because I'm hungry. I mean, I don't look like I eat much. I know Gary is kind of
The
big
big
guy.
guy,
There.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll come back for round number 3 at Heroes Welcome in Menominee, Wisconsin. Thank you for watching. Hello, welcome to round 3. We gotta start a little bit early. Oh, and we got the names mixed up. Gary. That was probably me, but
Here, we'll fix it real quick.
we'll fix it real quick. So, Josh Christianson, who is on the left, is playing the Counters Company. And, wow, we were not ready for this round. We apologize. There was a little bit of setting up problems we had. But, Michael Spartz is on the right, who's playing, it says mono green eggs.
There's going to be 2 Michael Spartz here real quick.
Very, very sorry about our that looks good. So being the professional that we are, we missed game 1. I'm assuming that it went to Josh, but we'll find out once they start going out for the first game. That was very poor, and I do apologize.
The round started up right after we got done.
Yeah. Then the boss had some things he had to do on the computer, which slowed us down, and yes, I am blaming John for a late start.
Oh, and by the way, last round, the card Ryan used to win, Creeping Chill. It is a new card.
Yeah, we were talking about if there are any good new cards, and this was a new and a very good card that Ryan was using. Game number 3. It has kind of the Narcomoeba text.
Yep.
So whenever you reveal it, if it goes from your graveyard from your library, you can exile it. If you do, it does 3 damage to each opponent. You gain 3 life. So kind of a free lightning helix of sorts.
It's a crazy uncommon.
And yeah, that's how he kept gaining life. That's when he was saying deal 6 is because he revealed 2 of them off of one.
Yeah, he definitely did 9 damage with that game for sure. It's crazy. Okay. They're still sideboarding here. So are these... What is eggs? Do you know?
I'm not going to give you an answer because I'm not too sure.
Okay.
I think it's a variant, or probably very similar to the... oh my goodness. Hi, Matt.
Hi, Matt.
Very similar to... Oh, what was that? The Ironworks combo.
Oh,
I don't believe that's what this deck
gotcha,
is,
gotcha.
but I see a lot of cards that looked
Pretty
very similar. Yes.
Okay. And Counters Company, I'm guessing, is a stable deck.
Counters Company, yeah, is the Devoted Druid.
Don't know what that is.
Devoted Druid? You know what Devoted Druid is.
I might.
It's the Devoted Druid.
Oh,
they use
untap,
the
okay.
Vizier of Remedies to make the infinite green to then play something like Walking Ballista.
Okay. So we got both kind of combo decks.
And I was right. Josh did win game 1.
Okay.
So yeah, Michael is playing Spite of Industry into Lantern of Insight. Not Lantern of Insight. It's a different lantern. Yep, and he's playing cards that I can't think of names, but he drew a card. Yeah, Inkerwell, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
You see a Gal Blast in hand. So it's not mono green. So we did circle green, but I'm wondering if this is just the Card Clan Ironworks deck, which I believe it is.
Yeah. It definitely looks like, when you played it, it looks like the same cards.
Yeah. So it's mostly mono green with like a red splash, but I'll just keep it there. So Josh is playing, I believe that's the... Alright, so he has...
Birds of Paradise.
Birds of Paradise, and I think that's a... that's the elf that untaps a forest.
Arbor Elf?
Yes.
Brent, you're supposed to know these cards.
I know. I told you. I know what they do. I just don't know these names, man. I'm terrible.
That's funny. Okay, so he uses that Devoted Druid.
Correct.
Into what card?
Vizier of Remedies.
I've definitely never heard of this card.
You've heard of it.
What set is it from? So what does it do?
Vizier of Remedies is if a creature would get a -1/-1 counter, put one less than that on it. So basically, Devoted Druid says to untap, put a -1/-1 counter on it. Vizier of Remedies says we're going to put one less -1/-1 counter on there. So basically, then you can just keep tapping and untapping for 1 green mana.
Gotcha.
Josh with another Arbor Elf. Gary with the Murder Retriever.
Not Gary.
Michael. Hey! Gary is my co-host.
It all comes back around.
Michael is playing Magic. Okay, he is playing the Card Clan Ironworks. Boy, he confused me with the name of Eggs. But I suppose that is an older name for this type of deck that was kind of always has been around. There's just been different variants of it. It's always called Eggs. Josh is playing a Collect Company. Okay. Now it looks like Michael had the combo. I don't know if it was deterministic, but it was deterministic enough. And they're going to game 3. This is going to be pretty quick.
Oh, combo decks. So, John was telling me there is a turn 1 combo he was reading in Modern now with the...
I was going to look at that and I forgot it uses the new
Firekin guy.
Yeah, and I just looked at the name and I don't remember the name, but yeah, the one whenever you play an instant sorcery, it gets a 1/1 counter.
It's like Storm something. Stormkin. Nope, I don't know. Oh, what is it called?
If anybody in chat knows the name, you can definitely let us know.
It's a red card.
But yeah, I know you can play a turn 1 with
Simian
Spirit Guide, yeah, and Mountain, obviously. Josh is looking at his opening 7.
Combo decks in their first hands. Do I want to keep this? Should I win?
Can I win in turn 3 with this?
Yeah.
I'll keep.
Love it. That's another thing about Magic. Each deck has their own weird personality traits.
Yep. Might go with a Mox Opal and the Lantern again. It says go.
So is this the same kind of deck you played, Brent?
Michael's deck?
Yes.
Yes. It is very, very difficult to pilot, and Michael seems to be piloting it pretty well. You have to put a lot of hours into just kind of goldfishing it, as it were, because it's not a deck that you can sit and just play.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and Josh plays a... Goodness. Each player can only play one spell per turn now.
Rule of Law? That's the only one I know.
It is a creature version of Rule of Law.
Don't know what it is.
It is a creature version of
Okay.
Rule of Law.
Is it white?
It is a white creature.
Okay.
2 and a white.
No idea.
I know it's an enchant creature. It is a 1/4. I'm telling you, I can name almost everything about these cards. Played a Devoted Druid. I know that name.
I do know that one. Now.
Oh, now he's going to Galvanic Blast. The
For that first spell.
1/4 creature.
He's fishing.
That's kind of what the Eggs deck does. It has all these like 1-mana cantrips, or kind of what they're kind of called the eggs of the chromatic spheres, chromatic stars, even kind of the lantern. And you draw so many cards to find your combo pieces. Oh, an engineered explosives for 1? No, it must be for 2. He because he had the mana floating from the from the star, so he's gonna play it for 2. So that will clean up the Devoted Druid pretty nicely. Josh has the Vizier in hand, but now really can't cast it. Eidolon of Rhetoric was that card that he played. Yeah, each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn.
Oh.
Told you it was.
No, you're right.
1/4. I even knew it was an enchantment creature. I didn't mention that, but it is. I knew it was an enchantment creature.
If you said Spirit, I would have been impressed.
I would have said that is the one I would have not have said as Spirit. I wasn't sure of the creature type. But Josh is going to play the Vizier in response to him casting the Vizier. So it's not going to hit play yet. He's going to.
He's going to break the Druid.
Yep, can kill the Druid. So now, yeah, I think he then add double green. That will resolve, but now it doesn't really do much. It's just a 2/1 attacker for now. But he has 2 green floating, tap.
Birds.
Oh, and he plays a Bugler. Militia Bugler. Not sure what he grabbed with it, but
Oh, okay.
it's pretty good in that deck. Most of your creatures are
Cost
power 2 or less. Yeah, exactly.
Top 4 cards, huh?
Kind of a mini collected company.
Yep. He's got... It's a shame. Josh had the combo in hand.
Yeah. Yeah, you see, he even has the Walking Ballista, so he would have...
He just drew it.
Okay, yeah. He's just going to play for 1. An attack for 4? Doesn't attack with the elf. Although I think he just played the elf this turn.
So,
Must be the Car Clan Ironworks that he drew.
any cards you would add to this deck from the new set? These decks?
Unfortunately, I only know about 3 or 4 cards, and like I remembered seeing that
The Creeping Chill.
Creeping Chill, but I forgot about it.
It's fair.
So
it's an uncommon. I didn't even know existed.
yeah. So again, Michael's deck is very much a artifact based deck, and there's not really any good artifacts in this set. Josh's, there might be, but none are coming out the top of my head right now. So it looks like Michael is digging. He sacked the lantern. One thing about the spear, the chromatic star and the lantern, is that the clause is when it goes into the graveyard from play, draw a card. So
you don't have to use the ability.
Correct, yeah. You can just sack it to the card clan, you gain 2 colorless, and you draw a card.
So good.
I need to play Garriper Ether Grid. Do you know what that does, Gary?
No. That literally just sounded like just foreign language to me.
I don't even know how to spell it, so...
Oh, there it is.
I think I forgot to... Oh, that is fixed. Okay. So Ether Grid. Tap 2 untapped artifacts you control. Does 1 damage to target creature or player. So now... which is great. Most of his creatures are 1/1s, 2/1s.
Mm-hmm.
So now any 2 artifacts in play you can just kill.
Yep.
This card also comes in a lot against like blue-white control that play Stony Silence, because the ability is off the enchantment, not the artifacts. So even if your artifacts are doing nothing, they're still doing something if you have the grid out in play.
Okay.
Very good call bringing that in.
Goes for another swing.
Yeah, it looks like he killed the elf last turn and probably do some more killing.
Looks like he's
this
at
next
8.
turn.
I think that's an 8.
What's great about the Eidolon Rhetoric, it's a 1/4, so Michael would need 8 artifacts in order to kill it.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he's able to kill the board right now, Josh will still have kind of a big, beefy, defensive creature that can attack.
2/3 with Vigilance. He's definitely got the white weenie to go.
Yeah. So it pays 4 mana for another
Car Clan
Ironworks, yep. Yeah, I think he might want to just kill the Vizier. Kill the Vizier, kill the Eternal Witness. Try to get as much damage off the board as he can, because he is losing life quickly.
Whew. Tapping 2 to do damage to something.
Yep.
Eternal Witness, good choice. Yep. Good choice.
I'm not sure, he's down to, 5, 7? Something like that.
I can't quite tell.
So I think if I'm Josh, I think I'm just attacking for 3 and then slamming the Eidolon and crossing my fingers. Though I think he does have a couple collecting companies in hand, so he might be considering casting that before Michael kills the bird off.
Mm-hmm.
But yep, he's just going to play the Eidolon. Okay, now he's down to 6 or 9.
That is a 9.
Okay.
Yeah, because the 5 is on top. Yep, so it's a 9.
Okay. I forgot what the land is called, but he can return a artifact from his graveyard to his hand for 2 and a colorless. Looks like he's bringing back... Oh. He brought back Engineered Explosive, but he's casting it for 3. Which then, if he blows it up, it gets rid of the Eidolon. Well, it gets rid of the Eidolon and the
grid.
and the bugler, but also gets rid of the grid.
Yeah.
I think he sees that too, so he's gonna kill off the walking ballista, take 1 damage.
Killing the birds.
Oh yeah, I suppose he has the 2 mana just from sacking any artifact, so. But Michael's gonna clear up the board pretty nicely here. Yeah, the collecting hand, land was probably the best draw for Josh right now. Well, what did he cast? Oh, that's an angel that does something that I don't remember the name of.
Gives your creatures health hexproof?
Does give your creatures hexproof, yes. But it doesn't really do anything against... it gives you and your creatures hexproof, doesn't it?
I don't know. I literally just guessed a random
angel.
angel.
You're right. I believe that's the one. That's what it does. Oh man, I can't remember the name of it though.
It costs 3 and a white, right?
It
must.
It's 2 and 2 white, I think.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it's not the one I'm thinking of then.
It's gonna cycle the Mind Stone. That's right. Man, I'm glad I have this little angel on my phone to tell me names.
Oh, I was right. It was 3 and a color. 3 white.
Well, what do I know?
Yep, that's the one I was talking
about. You and your creatures have hexproof, and then he could pump it up. It's kind of the another wing addition, because since you have unlimited green, that you just
pump up all your creatures.
And then just attack for a lot.
It's a good choice.
So Michael is still looking for the.
Not sure what his health is at though.
The creature. Oh, which he did find. That's in play. Boy, I wasn't paying attention. So yeah, now he has. You know, I played this deck for a little bit, and I do not remember the names. But basically, whenever he sacrifices a creature, he can bring an artifact with converted mana cost.
Oh, that's less than... I know which one you're talking about.
Josh taking a look at it. I would look at it too if I could remember the name. But it is throwing me off right now. So yeah, while this is not deterministic, he's going to be drawing a lot of cards, adding a lot of mana to his mana pool.
This is a weirdly close game.
It sure is.
It's not like it's...
Man,
it's like a stalemate.
It is very much a stalemate. I think it's the Scrap Trawler, by the way.
Scrap Trawler,
and
okay.
Look that up right now. But yeah, I don't think, although he has, Michael has the quote unquote combo in play with the Scrap Trawler and the Car Clan Ironworks, I don't think he has the win yet. I believe he just passed it back, yeah. Holy smokes.
Swinging for the 3 with the angel.
Yeah.
Is that 1?
I believe that's 1.
Yeah, he is definitely at 1. Michael not liking what he drew.
No, that definitely was not a confidence stretch, but he's going to be... adding mana. Now, a Scrap Trawler. I put that up, but I didn't really look at it. So, whenever he or another artifact you control is put in the graveyard from the battlefield, you can put an artifact from your graveyard into play of lesser value into your hand. So now, he used that mana. Looks like he drew a Mind Stone, and he's actually going to off the 3 mana off the Mox and the Karkland Ironwork, he's going to pretty much pay 3 mana, draw a card. Then he can bring back a 1 from his graveyard to his hand, which he would probably bring back a star. Going to cast the star and then sack it right away to bring back an opal and then draw a card.
Fishing.
Yep.
He's basically fishing.
He is very. He has that hook set, sitting on the pier. Night's falling. He's got to say, I gotta get my fish. I gotta feed my family for the night. If I don't get this fish, they'll starve to death tonight. So he
Greatest office quote: "If you're fishing and you could catch a fluke. It's the most common fish."
okay.
Terrible quote from The Office. Not even close to what it says, but
It
Similar.
sounded good at the time.
yes.
So he has the red spell bomb, pyrite spell bomb, but it'll only do 2 damage. So I think he's trying to figure out if there's a way to do 2 damage to the angel and then bring it back and do 2 damage to the angel. Although he just drew a card.
I don't think he can hit the angel though.
He can hit the angel itself. Does not have hexproof.
I think he says your creatures, you and creatures,
Other
creatures. Okay.
Other
okay.
creatures.
Oof.
So he actually needs to get rid of that before he can, like, even if he had the combo with the Mer Retriever, I think it's 2 Mer Retriever or something. Like I said, this deck is confusing.
2 Mer Retrievers.
Yeah, 2
So you can bounce them back to each other.
Yeah, so you'd have unlimited mana. There's a way to get unlimited mana, but then with the Pirate Spellbomb, I guess you could just kill the angel and then you kill the player. But yeah, you can't even target Josh right now with the Spellbomb, even if you wanted to.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I think he just had to cycle that Spellbomb there, but now it's not a look of a confident man. I think he took his fried eggs, put them on the fish hook, tried to catch that fluke, and
Can't get it.
got a whiff instead. Oh, I think he might have to sacrifice the Karkland Ironworks just to
Dig, yeah.
to keep digging. Yep.
It's rough.
He's trying his best. I believe he played engineered explosives for 0. Unless he played it for 4, but I don't believe he did. Says go. Josh plays Collect a Company. It's like probably a Kitchen Finks and a Devoted Druid, I believe. Yep. Josh is going to fetch. Stopping ground. I think he has a Keswick Wolfron in play, so even if Michael could block, but I believe he can give his guys trample now, or one of his guys trample.
Man, it's close.
This is you were saying before, yeah. It was a very close game for being kind of 2 similar but opposite decks.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? There must have been. I didn't see the dice on there, but there is.
Tokens?
Yeah, there's 4 counters on that.
Engineered?
Engineered explosive. Yeah. So now blocks. Engineer Exposed to get rid of the flyer. A blocker for the Kitchen Fangs. But I think Josh attacked with his 0-4 is going to pump it up with Keswick Wolf Run, and that's game. Very, 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 very close games.
Yeah.
I even almost had the comeback right there with the Engineer Explosive and the blocker.
Mm-hmm.
Though I'm not sure what he could have done after that. After he cleared his opponent's board, but also like Michael clearing Josh's board, but also clearing his own board in order to do that.
That was a interesting game.
Yeah, definitely good games. So yeah, we're gonna wrap it up for round number 3. We'll be back for round number 4, the final round, and maybe we'll see some more Return to Ravnica cards and not know what they are. So yeah, we'll see you in a bit. Hello, welcome to round number 4 of Heroes Welcome Monday, not Monday. In fact, it is Friday Night Magic. Boy, I was not ready. Story of my life. Sorry about our professionalism.
Boom, there we go. Nope.
Oops. And Sir Sun.
There we go.
Okay. Had everything but the name.
By the way, I love Josh's playmats so much.
That is a... Do you know what playmat that is?
It's a underground sea?
That is an underground sea.
Oh, I totally guessed. I still love it. It's like the original one, isn't it?
It is the Battle of the Josh. It is, yeah, well, there's only one, yeah.
Okay. There's only one underground sea, isn't
Correct.
there? Okay. Well, whatever.
So, yes, it's the original. It is the Battle of the Joshes. It's the Battle of the Sons. Christian son, Ander son, the son of Ander, and the son of Christian. Josh and Josh. One's a wizard. One is a collector of companies and counters.
Counters. See, I want to see the devoted druid combo go off here.
Well, you might. Well, you probably won't this game.
There's a lot of counter spells.
There's a lot of counter spells. The blue-red wizards deck plays essentially 8 lightning bolts with the wizard's lightning, and usually runs some number of lightning bursts as well.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna have 100 ways to kill the combos. So
yeah.
Josh Christianson, his only way of really winning is going to be just mediocre beats.
Yep. And he went down to 5 cards.
Oh, that's never a good sign.
Yeah, that's rough.
The blue-red wizards player, I think, kept 7. Playing a Wandering Fumarole and saying go. Well, I'm going to keep saying Josh, and then always look at the name of Josh, but you never know which one I'm going to be talking about, so I
Just
apologize.
say Wizards and Company.
Yeah. Ooh, even Bob said, good job, Gary, with the Underground Sea name.
Mm.
Alright, so I think
Christianson.
Christianson only has 1 land in hand. Oh, we did draw the second land, though. But yeah, that's... Even Grim Lavamancer is another way to kill every single creature. Just about every single creature in the Counters Company deck.
It's going to be a rough match.
It sure is.
Oh. Arbor Elf? Nope, that's the Devoted
That's
Druid.
the Devoted Druid, or as I like to call Lightning Rod. Because it's going to be eating every lightning bolt in the deck. And I think Anderson has an Abrade in hand, which is just another...
Lightning Bolt.
Yeah, just another lightning bolt. I see Christianson had a couple, not Collected Company, but the Convoke Search for a Creature.
I have no idea what that is.
Yeah, you do.
Sure.
Bob predicts that Josh will win. You are a funny, funny man. Court of Calling.
I don't know what that is.
So, I'll look up. He has Court of Calling in hand, and it's a very good card, but right now it's not.
Court of Calling. Convoke, search your library for a creature with converted back as XLS, put it in the battlefield and shuffle library. Oh, okay.
Yep, so,
yeah, that seems a little rough right now.
yeah, it's... Although...
Eternal Witness.
Anderson
Eternal
doesn't have a lightning bolt yet, because I think he would have used it on the Devoted Druid, especially since the Counters Company deck is missing its land drops, so he does have the remand for the Eternal Witness, but the Devoted Druid is still in play. Though now, there's 2 lands in the graveyard for that,
Lavamancer.
the Lavamancer, so...
I like that Lavamancer.
It's a good card.
It's 2 pictures, right? 2 pictures of Lavamancer? I feel like the original one has a different picture.
I believe you're right.
from Scourge, however you want to say it. I think you can just click on the sets, maybe. Oh, it's Torment.
Torment, yeah.
Yep, there we go.
So yeah, this is... I wonder if this will show up. Oh, sure will. That's the Torment. The old, ugly art version of Grim Lavamancer.
Really? I actually like that one.
I don't know. It looks like somebody just threw red paint on the card and called it a day.
It
Torment, not Scourge. Thanks, Bob, for being smart and not here. Right now, Bob Rostrom is in chat for people in YouTube, and he's just letting us know how smart he is. So, the Blue Red player is playing one of their many 3-1s in Vendilion Click. Looks like he decides, you know what? All your cards are pretty bad. I'll let you keep them all. Josh does have... Josh Anderson has a Knight of the Reliquary out in play, though I believe is a 3/3, so he's still within the Lightning Bolt range. Or a Braid range.
Opt. True, Bob. Very true. Ooh, what is that?
That's the angel that we were talking about.
Yep.
Shaili?
Voice of something.
Yeah, which is a 3/4, so it'll take 2 bolts to kill it instead of 1, but
it protects the other ones.
It does protect the other ones, you're right. Forgot about that, so when Bob's paying more attention to the game than we are, the Knight of Reliquary is a 4/4. There are 2 fetches in the graveyard. Oh, I thought there was only 1. There's 2 fetches. So yeah, that's a 4/4 Knight and a 3/4 flyer that's giving everybody else hexproof. So yeah, now it looks like he's going to use the Burst Lightning on the Shaili, and then Grim Lavamancer to get rid of it.
Gotten rid of the angel.
Counters Company is down to 10. Blue Red Wizards is at 15. I don't know how much gas is left in the Counters Company hand. He still has a couple of those cords. He has an Eternal Witness. Can Eternal Witness back the angel, but then he still has to wait another turn to play it.
I think that's the best move.
I think you're right. I think that's kind of what he's got to do now. Oh boy. So now with the trigger on the stack, he's going to cycle the Nimble Obstructionist. Do you know what that one is, Gary?
No.
You played this deck.
I don't remember these cards though. When I first played decks, I just kind of do what the
just
cards
pick
say.
it up. You don't even do that usually.
Fair enough.
Nimble Obstructionist is the cycling Stifle card.
Stifle.
Right.
Stifle
so he paid 3 mana. So when Eternal Witness came into play with the trigger on the Eternal Witness, he just countered it and drew a card, and is playing another Obstructionist just as a 3/1 beater. Because it itself is just a 3/1, like pretty much as they say, a lightning bolt on a stick.
It's crazy.
Yeah, swings for 6 in the air.
Down to 4.
Christianson down to 4, yeah.
It's a rough match for him.
Yeah. Wizard's Lightning and Wizard's Lightning, which has
such a great
Lightning
card.
Bolt, Lightning Bolt. Yep, so now we're going to game number 2. And I think we're right. I think Josh is going to win. I think Josh is going to take this whole thing in either 2 or 3 games. Oh, he's looking at the Sin Collectors, I think those... Oh, those are kind of iffy. I'd probably bring them in. Anderson does play a lot of instants of sorceries. I think put that in the maybe pile. Or it could be the in pile.
I feel like Graveyard Hate would be really good against Wizards.
Roast. Oh, guy that does 1 damage to each creature. Has haste and flash. I know you don't know, Gary. I know.
Bob, what's the card called?
Is it Staticaster?
Is that what you said?
No, but that's what it is. No, that's what it is, though. Is it Staticaster, which is pretty good. Again, because a lot of Christianson's creatures are X1s.
Mm-hmm.
So a permanent way to kill X1s is going to be really good for Anderson.
What's the overload card?
The one that does 4 damage?
No, it does 1 damage to each creature.
Oh, goodness gracious, Gary. You're the one that knows these limited cards.
Electrics.
Electricity.
Yep.
My goodness.
Right there.
Yes, he's not playing this card, but it is a common staple in Pauper.
It's a great card.
It is indeed a card.
Even got reprinted, it looked like.
So yeah, I think this is even after sideboards, I think this is still a very, very bad matchup for the Counters Company deck.
Yeah, it's pretty rough.
Blue-Eyed Rizzler just has way too many spot removal. I think a card that you'd want to bring in is probably, again, that Eidolon of Rhetoric. While it's not really used for its text box, it's used as pretty much as a 1/4 that has to be 2-for-1 if Wizards wants to play it.
2-for-1 it.
Yeah, you're right. they could if they have a Lavamancer out, but yeah, you're right. They can't even like double bolted or double lightning bursted or anything.
It's definitely probably the better of the sideboard for him.
Yeah, definitely. So his text block is sort of relevant, and it's also just kind of a big blocker-ish. Well, Anderson doesn't really have that many ground creatures.
Yep.
In fact, I believe the only ground creature is Grim Lavamancer, and you'd never really attack with it. And Unflipped Delver, I guess, would be a ground creature, but you usually want to try to flip that as soon as you can. There's Grim Lava All-Star. I don't believe yet Anderson has any lands in hand. Although I see 1, so I see 3, so never mind. And Christianson keeping a 7, which is good. Not going down to 5. Plays a bird, yep.
Thought he was fetching?
Basic forest into birds, in fact, does 0 damage to you.
Habit.
Yeah, right?
Lavamancer.
Playing the Lavamancer, yep. Not through a fetch line, though, so he can't... really hard to kill the bird next turn, unless he has a... I think he can. He has an opt and a fetch line in hand, so he could kill the bird next turn. Though now he might want to save that 2 damage to kill this Knight of the Reliquary before it gets too big. So right now it is a 2/2. There are no fetch lands in the graveyard. This time I can see that.
It's just your graveyard, right?
Correct.
Okay.
So yeah, I believe Anderson will probably play an opt right here and then kill the Knight.
Yep. Good call, Brent. Good call.
Scries to the bottom, draws an envelope.
You didn't see him look at the card.
We looked at it. It was a pretty quick look. As quickly as it was probably another land.
Fair enough.
Which he doesn't even read. doesn't need it all right now. Oh, he's going to kill the bird. Okay, all right. I was wondering if you want to do the mana denial or kind of kill the guy while the game's good, but he opted to try to do the mana denial plan.
Got the fetch. Is that fetch?
It is a fetch land, yes.
Birds.
A wooded footprints. And two more birds. All right, well. Now he's saying, should have went after that knight. So I don't even think Anderson, I don't even think he has a bolt in hand. It's all blue cards. Blue cards and lands. Yeah, so next Saturday, the standard PPTQ or PTQ? Next Saturday at Heroes Welcome is a big standard tournament that we will be streaming. They will be also hosting at Heroes Welcome. You are definitely, everybody's always welcome to come and join and play and have some fun with some new standard format. And it'll be a pretty good time.
Think you're going to see a lot of new decks?
Yes. Unfortunately, I don't watch a lot of standard.
So
I'm going to be catching up on standard. So, but yeah, all these decks are going to be pretty new to me, and Bob Brostrom. Robert Brostrom is going to be joining as well, and he's kind of in the same boat. He doesn't watch a lot of standard, so but we'll be commentating on that. We'll be streaming it. It should be a good time. If you can't make it, definitely can watch the stream. John always hosts all of the videos, all the YouTube videos, or all the Twitch videos onto YouTube, so you can catch them later if you don't catch them live. It should be a good time. Are you going to be playing, Gary?
I am not going to be playing.
Good man, good man.
But I will be watching.
Good.
Me and Bob are going to trade places. But I'm going to be less helpful.
You're going to be helpful by watching us.
Is it next Saturday?
I think so. The 13th?
13th is...
Not next Saturday.
Not next Saturday.
Wait.
Yeah,
yes,
you're right.
It is next Saturday.
This Saturday he is doing draft, though.
Correct. Yeah, this Saturday being tomorrow. Next Saturday...
It is Saturday.
Because today is not Monday.
Today
it's
is
still
Friday.
So what's going on? We should watch the magic. He's going to play a Vendilion Click. Josh is going to chord. Christianson is going to chord for 2 in response.
Ooh, who's he going to go for? Another...
Just get a Devoted Druid, I guess, and then just shows him a land, so... Yeah, Anderson doesn't have 2 cards in the graveyard, so he can't even kill it right now. So if the Counters Company, he has a Horizon Canopy in hand, so if he has a good draw plus the Horizon Canopy, he could go off next turn. Yep, plays Wandering from all tap, tax for 3. I was going to use the Knight's ability to sack a forest or a plains, search his library for any land, put into play. And he's going to be dropping cards all over the floor, like a good Magic player does.
It's excitement. Searching for that other fetch land.
Yep. Searching for the fetch land that's under the table. Just kidding. Oh, but he's going to... Okay. That's interesting. Okay, so he looks for the...
Wolf Run.
No, that's... this is Gavney Township.
What's that one?
What's that one? Gary.
I'm sorry. I know Wolf Run.
I know Wolf Run. Gavney Township. It's good against the deck that's trying to kill your creatures with spot removal.
Oh yeah, that seems like a thing.
2, a green and a white tap, put a 1/1 counter on each of your creatures. So a couple times, if you can do it a couple times, his Devoted Druid will be a 0. It'd actually be a 2/4. The birds would be out of burn range. in a few turns. So, yeah, it seems like a really good utility land to search up against the deck with lightning bolts. And now he's attacking with a large knight and a bunch of 0 creatures. Oh, wait, now they're 1/1s. Or +1/+1.
Oh, he plays the Stifle Bird.
He does play the Stifle. He cycled the bird for the... he stifled the land abilities, so... Oh, man.
I like it.
So, he did it to save 3 damage, which is pretty good, but... That's funny. Does take 2, 3, 4 damage from the knight, I believe.
Delver?
That's the, Delver of Secrets. So you know some cards. And he attacks with the Vendilion Click. Still only 1 card in graveyard, though he does have another Cycle Bird in hand. So if he really needs to, he can cycle it to draw a card.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't need to use the Stifle ability. He can cycle it to draw a card, and then use Grimlock Velamancer's ability if it comes down to that. I think he has a Snapcaster. That doesn't really do anything right now.
It looks like he has a Spell Snare, too.
Yes. But Christianson just plays Arbor Elf. Attacks, and now he's going to try it. And he's going to Cycle Bird again. And still, believe takes 4? Yep, took 4. Reveals a remand, so now he has a 3/2 Insectile Aberration with flying.
You say Aberration? Is that the creature type?
Insectile Aberration is the name of the flip side.
Oh, really?
Of
I don't think I've ever known that. It's Delver. Let's just be honest.
It's still a Delver, yeah. It's a Delver at heart. Anderson is not drawing any of his red cards that he needs.
This company deck, I feel like, is just... It's so weird.
Well, it has a combo in it, or it can just do mediocre beats. And that's what Christianson is showing is, yes, this deck can do mediocre beats as well as being a combo deck.
My Birds of Paradise are more than Mana Birds.
Oh, this is dangerous. Christianson is down to 5. He's got to do something about those flyers or beat Anderson next turn.
Depending when he draws.
I think he drew a Viscera Seer, which I don't think he has. Well, he could cast it off a bird, but I think his best bet right now is tech all out and pump the team.
It's so painful too because he has another bird in his hand.
He does have another. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! So to say, he can live this turn if he blocks the knight and then burns a bird, but he still might.
He would actually win if he could get that the land off.
Yeah, the Gavany Township, but he just keeps cycling with the 3rd bird in hand. An all-out attack just means he loses. So I wonder if Christianson is going to keep some number of
blockers.
Yeah, Birds of Paradise back just to block the flyers.
See, I think the best play would be is to actually activate the land before you swing.
Right.
Because then you can see what he's dealing with.
Plays the Viscera Seer, but doesn't really do much on this board. He's going to sack to Scry. Scry to the bottom. He has a green or white floating. He's going to Scry. So he's looking for...
He's looking for his combo piece.
I think, yeah, he's looking for the... the Vizier of Remedies. Because he has the Horizon Canopy out that he can draw a card, so he keeps trying to look for it before he draws his card.
Mm-hmm.
Get as many chances to look for it as he can.
He's going. Five to six. Man, these are all close games tonight.
Yep, so now he's going to cycle the Horizon Canopy. Okay, he looks for got Collected Company. But he has the Remand in hand. He knew he had the Remand, too. Oh, boy. Okay, there it is. So, Josh Anderson gets it in 2.
Christianson, close game.
Yeah, Christianson just too many burn spells to deal with his
the static
tiny
bird.
Creatures.
No. The static bird was the winner right there. 2 of them.
Well, he even had the third one in hand, too.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Even if Collected Company deck did all-out attack, he'd been like, yeah, just stifle it again, because I apparently have 3 of them. I have 4 in the deck, and I'll always draw 3.
That was a good game.
Yeah, those are really close games. They're all pretty good, close games. What'd you think of Friday Night Magic?
It was good. Good. I enjoyed the first few decks that we saw for sure.
Where we didn't know what we're doing and saying.
Got to see some quest for Allah's Temple.
Ula's Temple. Yeah,
Ula's Temple.
Whatever.
That's great. I loved it. Definitely saw some other decks that have been here for a little bit.
Yep.
Saw your combo.
It's a good deck. And when it's not played by me, it's usually played pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Also glad that we did get to see a new card get used.
Yeah,
the Creeping Chill was cool.
Creeping Chill was pretty cool, yeah.
Definitely a staple in that deck. I don't even care. That card deserves to be in that deck.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
A free Lightning Helix.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
essentially a Lightning Helix.
Pretty good.
It only hits players, but it's still a free deal 3, gain 3 is looking...
Yeah, it's
pretty good.
The gain 3 life is just good by itself.
Yeah, exactly.
That 3 damage. Whew.
Yeah. Especially against an aggro deck like it was against Bridgevine is, get him down to 1. Oh, I gained 3. I just gained 6 more off of revealing 2 more. So yeah, no, those are all pretty good games. So thank you for joining us for Friday Night Magic stream at Heroes Welcome in Manawa, Wisconsin. And hope to see you again sometime.
Have a good night.